Hi again. As you can guess by the title, this one's going to be about cost and reward. The cost of coming out as transsexual, you kind of don't get many people talking about or talking about in depth, but um, some people just hear all the positive, happy stories. Well, sometimes things aren't always that way. Like, for example, when I explained to some people in the past that I was transsexual, they used to ask a few questions and then disappear completely, and that's the last I would ever see of them. Um, then there was also family. When I tried to come out the first time to them, I got met with a chilly reception and a "you can't do this to certain members of the family" type excuse. So I had to hide who I was again. Um, some of the other setbacks have been years of depression, which doesn't really go well when you're trying to get work. You just don't have the up and go necessary to actually get the job and keep the job. Because in the past I've had a few jobs here and there, but I was never able to keep them for more than, I think it was like 4 months in total each. Um, some of the other costs involved is, of course, monetary. Um, if you do transition, the actual hormone replacement therapy is not cheap. Um, Depending on what sort of medical conditions you may have. Like for me, for example, it cost me around about $150 a month in medication alone. That's because I've got a few other conditions other than just being transgender. Um, I have, I mean, the actual hormone side of it is kind of, I think from memory, probably I would say $60 a month of that entire cost. There's also the, um, depending on if you want surgery, surgery may cost, well, for someone like me, it will cost around up to $40,000 to get it done. Unfortunately, because I live in Australia, this is something that I have to pay for myself because I believe that Medicare sees it as a cosmetic surgery and not really necessary, which they kind of need to change, and I think there's some petitions going around changing that at the moment. Then the um, the other things that you could kind of face is loss of friends. Um, I've lost friends in the past because of coming out like this. To me, it just said that they're not really good friends. Um, but there's a plus side to that, which I'll tell you in a minute. Um, the other cost is medical expenses, and I don't mean ongoing medication and things like that. There's uh, doctor's fees and all that sort of thing you have to pay for, and they don't usually come cheap because they're usually a specialist in the field. There's also, um, which one was it? Oh, laser hair removal. Ah, yes, that little gem. If you're one of the few like me who decide to transition late in life, you may or may not get lucky with things like body hair, facial hair, and that sort of stuff. Um, Lucky for me, the medication I've been taking took care of the body hair. Unfortunately, it did leave a patch on my face that was still dark, so I've been getting IPL treatments, which is intense pulse light, and yeah, those are interesting. They cost about 175 per session, unfortunately. There's electrolysis as well, but I haven't been getting that yet. So that pretty much sums up the costs of things, but it gets better. Reward time! Okay, since coming out, I've been able to get some more freedom of myself, some self-esteem, some sense of identity, who I am as a woman. I've been able to, well, get rid of things like the depression that I always suffered because I didn't know who I was, I didn't know what I was. Um, I've also been able to get stable employment and stay there for almost 9 years now, which is pretty good for me because in the past it just didn't happen. I do also have the benefit of some very, very wonderful friends that I've made over the years that have stuck with me. In fact, one of my oldest friends has been with me for, God, well over 20 years. I've got another very good friend who I've probably known for 18 years. And then I've got some new friends who accept me as I am as a person, which is fantastic. Um, Family is slowly coming around. I believe my sister is accepting of this, but she's yet to see me in person, which is kind of like bugger. But in time, I'll probably get over the anxiety of that situation. I don't want to do it. Don't make me, please. Um, some of the other benefits is that I don't have to lie about who I am anymore. Oh my god, it feels so good. It's like a great weight has lifted from my shoulders. I can actually be honest with people. I can present as myself, the real person, and not this fake shell that I'm trying to hide things from everybody. So the benefits of being me actually outweigh the cost in a way. Um, no longer have I tried to kill myself. Depression hasn't been as bad as it used to be because I spent years depressed. Things just getting better and it's fantastic. I love it. And I'm just kind of kicking myself I didn't do this sooner. But still, no regrets.